Politics is often serious business, but sometimes, the best way to understand it is through laughter. From satirical masterpieces to outrageous campaigns, these films prove that politics and comedy make an unforgettable duo. Whether it's a film about a dictator running wild, a comedian stumbling into office, or a fake war being staged to cover up a scandal, these movies find humor in the chaos of government. Welcome to the 10 Realm, where we count down the top 10 comedy movies about politicians. Let's dive in and explore some of the best political comedies ever made. Number 10, Head of State. Directed by Chris Rock and starring Chris Rock, Bernie Mac, and Lynn Whitfield, Head of State is a political comedy that puts an unexpected candidate in the running for president. When a presidential nominee suddenly dies, local politician Mace Gilliam, played by Rock, is chosen as a last-minute replacement, despite having little experience in national politics. What follows is a hilarious and insightful look at the absurdity of modern elections, where charisma and relatability often outweigh actual qualifications. Rock's sharp comedic timing, combined with Bernie Mac's energetic presence, makes this movie a fun ride. The film also serves as an interesting satire on race and political representation.
The roof is on fire! Ah! The roof is on fire! No, it's a saying!
Number 9, The Dictator. Directed by Larry Charles and starring Sacha Baron Cohen, Anna Faris, and Ben Kingsley, The Dictator is an outrageous political satire that takes aim at authoritarian regimes and the absurdity of absolute power. Baron Cohen plays General Aladdin, the egotistical ruler of a fictional North African country, who is determined to keep democracy far away from his homeland. When a political coup leaves him stranded in the US without his wealth or status, he must navigate the unfamiliar world of American democracy with disastrous and hilarious results. The film is packed with crude humor and biting political commentary, making it a divisive but memorable addition to the genre.
On your mark, get set!
Number 8, Man of the Year. Directed by Barry Levinson and starring Robin Williams, Christopher Walken, and Laura Linney, Man of the Year imagines a world where a comedian accidentally becomes the President of the United States. Williams plays Tom Dobbs, a political satirist who jokingly enters the presidential race, only to win due to a voting machine error. What starts as a lighthearted joke quickly turns into a real dilemma, as Dobbs must decide whether to reveal the truth or embrace his new role. Williams brings his signature charm and wit to the role, delivering hilarious and thought-provoking moments. While the film tries to balance comedy with elements of a political thriller, it's Williams' performance that keeps it engaging.
In terms of appointments, there are roughly 7,000 to 8,000 slots to be filled.
Just off the top of my head, I was thinking Bruce Springsteen as Secretary of State.
A joke.
Little one.
Number 7, My Fellow Americans. Directed by Peter Siegel and starring Jack Lemmon, James Garner, and Dan Aykroyd, My Fellow Americans is a buddy comedy with a political twist. The film follows two ex-presidents from opposing parties who are forced to go on the run together after being framed in a scandal. Their journey takes them across America, where they must rely on their wits and each other to clear their names. Along the way, they experience firsthand how their policies have affected everyday citizens, leading to hilarious and sometimes poignant moments. Lemmon and Garner's chemistry carries the film, making it an enjoyable watch with plenty of sharp jabs at the American political system.
Over there!
Just blend in.
Just blend in. This is amazing.
Not really, we march these things all the time.
What are you doing here? Are you coming out?
No, I'm not coming out. He is.
Number 6, Election. Directed by Alexander Payne and starring Reese Witherspoon, Matthew Broderick, and Chris Klein, Election is a brilliantly dark and biting satire of both high school and real-world politics. Witherspoon plays Tracy Flick, an ambitious and overachieving student determined to win the student body election at any cost. Broderick plays a bitter teacher who decides to sabotage her campaign by supporting a less qualified but more popular student. What follows is a cynical and hilarious commentary on power, ambition, and corruption, showing that even at a small level, elections can be ruthless. Witherspoon's performance is iconic, capturing the drive and ruthlessness of a politician in the making.
just be voting for me. You'll be voting for yourself.
Who knew how high she would climb in life? I had to stop her.
Excuse me! Will you please be quiet?
Number 5, Bulworth. Directed by Warren Beatty and starring Warren Beatty, Halle Berry, and Don Cheadle, Bulworth tells the story of a disillusioned senator who, after arranging his own assassination, decides to start speaking the unfiltered truth. Freed from the constraints of political correctness and re-election worries, he embarks on a wild journey, delivering brutally honest speeches that shock the establishment and endear him to the public. The film is both a comedy and a scathing critique of money and politics, race relations, and the media's role in shaping public perception. Beatty's fearless performance and the film's bold approach make it a unique political satire.
That was really good.
Yo
to you.
Later.
I was hoping for sooner.
Number 4, Wag the Dog. Directed by Barry Levinson and starring Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro, and Anne Heche, Wag the Dog is a razor-sharp satire about political spin and media manipulation. When a scandal threatens the president's re-election campaign, a spin doctor, De Niro, and a Hollywood producer, Hoffman, team up to fabricate a fake war to distract the public. The film brilliantly exposes the ways in which perception can be manipulated to serve political interests, making it feel eerily relevant even today. With its sharp script and outstanding performances, Wag the Dog remains one of the best political comedies of all time.
How would you like an ambassadorship? That's my payoff. Hell, I just do it for a story to tell. Oh, no, you couldn't tell anybody. Listen, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, you couldn't tell. No, it's just it's a pageant. It's a pageant, that's what it is.
Wag the Dog.
Number 3, Dave. Directed by Ivan Reitman and starring Kevin Kline, Sigourney Weaver, and Frank Langella, Dave is a delightful political comedy that plays with the idea of an ordinary man unexpectedly stepping into the role of the president. Kline portrays Dave Kovic, a cheerful and kind-hearted man who happens to be a lookalike of the US president. The film blends sharp satire with an uplifting message, reminding audiences that politics doesn't have to be about deceit and manipulation. Kline's charismatic performance makes Dave an incredibly likable protagonist, and his chemistry with Weaver adds emotional depth. The movie's mix of humor, charm, and political insight makes it one of the most beloved political comedies of all time.
I'm talking to you. Will you please turn around? You know, if you want to be the same old selfish...
Number 2, The Great Dictator. Directed by and starring Charlie Chaplin, The Great Dictator is a legendary political satire that fearlessly mocked fascism at a time when the world was on the brink of war. Chaplin plays dual roles, Adenoid Hinkle, a buffoonish dictator clearly inspired by Adolf Hitler, and a humble Jewish barber who happens to be his doppelganger. The film is both hilarious and deeply poignant, using slapstick humor and sharp wit to expose the absurdity and danger of authoritarian rule. The Great Dictator was groundbreaking, serving as one of the first films to openly criticize Hitler and the Nazi regime. Even today, its message remains as relevant as ever. Chaplin's fearless performance and brilliant storytelling make it a masterpiece of political comedy and social commentary. Number 1, Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Directed by Stanley Kubrick and starring Peter Sellers, Dr. Strangelove is one of the greatest political satires ever made. This dark comedy takes aim at Cold War paranoia, nuclear deterrence, and the absurdity of global politics. The film follows a series of escalating blunders that bring the world to the brink of nuclear war, all driven by incompetent and reckless leaders. Sellers, in a brilliant triple role as a British officer, the US president, and the eccentric Dr. Strangelove, delivers a masterclass in comedic acting. The film's blend of absurd humor and terrifying realism makes it a chillingly effective satire. With its razor-sharp script, stellar performances, and biting critique of war politics, Dr. Strangelove is a must-watch for fans of political comedies.
He says that one of the planes hasn't turned back. He says, according to information forwarded by our air staff, it's headed for the missile complex at Laputa.
And there you have it. These 10 films stand as some of the most influential and hilarious political comedies ever made. From mistaken identities to fearless satire, they remind us that even in the darkest political moments, humor can provide a powerful lens for understanding the world. Which of these movies is your favorite? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the 10 Realm for more top 10 lists.